Our third honoree this morning is our legacy Make a Difference, Vernon Johnson.
Free at last! Free at last! Thank God Almighty! We are free at last!
Vernon Johnson has always been a man dedicated to providing for the needs of his community and its members. He has built programs from the ground up, serving disadvantaged youth and their families, while at the same time pushing his co-workers to the best of their ability to help those in need.
His passion is making sure that young people are treated fairly, making sure that families are treated fairly, and making sure that they're getting the tools in their box that they need in order to be successful.
One of the things that I truly love most about Vernon is that it's not that he just cares about the job to be done, but that he cares about the people who do the job.
Vernon's a real challenger. He'll make leadership step up, he'll make things happen, he'll improve things, he'll change things. He challenges constantly the system. That's Vernon.
Vernon moved to Des Moines, Iowa after his graduation from Wiley College and after briefly playing football for the Minnesota Vikings. He turned towards his passion for helping others and began work with Iowa Children's and Family Services for over 20 years. During his time working for ICFS, Vernon started the PACE program for delinquent youth in downtown Des Moines, which would grow to serve well over 2,000 children and young adults each year.
These kids had a lot of baggage with them. You know, they were no longer in their comprehensive schools for some things that they had done, whether it was fighting, whether it was substance abuse, whether it was behaviors, whether it was attendance. But when they came to the PACE program, we worked on all of those things to try and get them back into a good spot and help them transition back into their comprehensive school. But we also realized that when you send them back, you also need to send them back with supports, and so that was one of the other things that we did.
Vernon would go on to serve several nonprofits and organizations, developing each program's infrastructure and challenging its employees. Throughout his dedicated career helping many youth, families, and minorities, Vernon has continued to build the programs, the leadership, and the quality of life in his community.
The mark of an excellent leader is when you can transition from an organization and that organization continues to be effective. And that's what Vernon did.
That kind of spirit of constantly moving the needle, stepping up your game, looking for solutions that we hadn't found yet was what I would credit him with most and what he brought to me, and I know to many others too. And I still live by some of those kinds of learnings.
He really took me under his wing, and to tell you the truth, I probably wouldn't be where I am today doing the things and having had the experiences I had it not been for Vernon being my mentor.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vernon Johnson.
Man, that's a whole lot of people in here. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for all those nice things. I better give my speech, huh, Terry? Hey, listen, this is a great day. It always is a great day. And with me, having lived in Texas, and now living here now, so I've had the opportunity to be a part of what Dr. King was trying to change. And eventually he did get some of those things changed. What got me out of Texas was a dream of wanting to play football. I did get that opportunity to get to the Vikings. Didn't last long, but I got there, you know? And I do have to tell you one little short story. Having come out of Texas been in all black elementary, middle school, high school, colleges. I never played against a ball player that was different color than myself. And we always wondered, were we better than they were? So when I got to the Vikings, there were 17 African Americans that were drafted that year by the Vikings. There were only 2 African Americans that was playing with the Vikings that hadn't played the year before. And I remember the first day of practice, we all had on white jerseys, except one player. That was the quarterback. He had on a red jersey. And you know what that meant? We were not supposed to touch that red jersey. Well, I'm going to tell you this. I touched that damn red jersey every time I got a chance to. So anyway, so that was all those years in Texas, okay? But, you know, I want to thank Vernon Johnson, Cameron Mitchell, and the staff at the Y for this great breakfast this morning. And I truly am honored that you recognize me this morning. But you see, you recognize me for my work that I've done. And I truly have to tell you that work, I don't really see it as a work. See, I think that that was something that I was destined to do. It's what I've done every year here. And in reflecting on the legacy of Dr. King, many people believe that the 4 most important words that Dr. King said was, "I have a dream." As important as those 4 words are, I believe Dr. King called us to action with another 4 words. And I quote, "Now is the time." See, just as Dr. King used his passion and persuasion to unite a nation, we must each use our gifts to pursue those changes that will make our neighborhood and our communities better for us all. So in closing, I will ask each of you to keep your eyes on the prize and walk in this faith. Now is the time. Thank you.